My next guest first found fame around 30 years ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, last year I went on holiday to Spain. I went to a lovely little Spanish village called Benidorm and I learnt a lovely song out there. I'd like to give you my version of this lovely Spanish folk song. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a lovely little Spanish folk song you can all join in with called a moosh sado again. 3, 4. And moosh is a doogie in the window.
I'm still laughing. That was, of course, Joe on New Faces.
I'm not changed one bit ever. I'm like Benjamin Button's mum. That's what I'm like. Never gets old. It's amazing.
That is fantastic. 30 years ago. That was sort of around when it all started, really, wasn't New Faces?
When it started. Before then, I was calling bingo and refereeing wrestling. I only went on for a laugh. I didn't have an act or nothing. And then I went on and I won the heat and come second in the grand final. I was like, oh, I'm in show business. What do I do now? I didn't have a clue. I used to spot weld at Mark Cortina's, at Ford's at Dagenham and Smithfield's meat market. Normally, I'd have a big cow on my back and all of a sudden I was on the telly. What's going on?
With a little guitar?
Yeah, that's exactly it. I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know. 30 years later, I'm still busking it.
Is it true you read a book? Never Afraid.
It's called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by a woman called Susan Jeffers.
Yes.
And I actually read it on the way to the Australian jungle when I did I'm a Celebrity. Do you know that was 13 years ago I'd done that?
Really?
13, can you believe that? I read it on the way out there because I hated flying and I get out there, all the rats on me, that was horrible, that was. And I read it on the way out there and after that it changed my life and I spent 3 weeks in the jungle with Janet Street Porter. If you can do that, you can do anything, right? I came back and because I hated flying. On the first day they threw me out of an aeroplane. You know, I had to do a parachute jump. I come back, I did another parachute jump. I thought, if I can jump out of a plane, I should be able to learn to fly. So I got a pilot's licence within 6 months. And I thought, what else haven't I done? I've never had a fight, so I took up boxing. I still go boxing now. I get beat up a lot, but, you know, I quite like it.
And you still do it, though?
Still box.
Like just for fun?
Just for fun, just for keeping fit. And I thought, what else? I've never run, so I did the London Marathon a couple of years ago. It took me 5 hours, 20 minutes and a few blisters, and I had corn plasters on my nipples, because everybody said to me, well, you have to wear corn plasters on your nipples, right, because you get that nipple rub.
Chaffing.
Yeah, chafing, yeah. Do you call it chaffing?
Maybe it's just my neck.
Yeah,
maybe I'm just saying it wrong.
Woods, yeah, I call it chafing. Call it chaffing if you like, love. But I put corn plasters on, I ended up getting a verruca. I was like Scaramanga. You know, in Man of the Golden Girl, they go, have you got 3 nipples? No, it's just a verruca. I didn't really. I'm just talking to you. So, therefore, what else? I didn't get any exams, so I'm 95% through getting a degree at the Open University at the moment. And
yes, in geoscience.
Geoscience and geology, yeah.
Yes.
And on the back of that, I started doing a writing course, creative writing, then advanced creative writing. And I've got my first book out coming out at Christmas. It's called Dead Knobs and Doomsticks, and it's a book of short horror stories.
And this all came about because of this creative writing course?
Because that book called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by Susan Jeffers.
Yeah, so you just keep on doing things. It's about pushing yourself constantly.
Yeah, it does. It pushes your boundaries of what you're scared of. And once you've broken that boundary, you're not scared of that anymore. You go, what else am I scared of? I'm scared of that. I'm going to do it. And I think everyone should do it. You learn so much about yourself.
And this book, then, it's short horror stories,
Short horror stories, yeah.
And you've illustrated everything yourself.
I've only started doing the first illustration at the moment, but I've got an illustration for every story, and there's 12 stories in it.
I love it.
It's very scary. It's not for kids, you know, so for young adults, 16 plus.
Right, OK.
Yeah, it's
and
not
this
a
is
kid's book.
Everything that's been going on in your head.
In my head, I've got a very dark side, which is why the show this year, I'm on tour at the moment called Devil in Disguise, and I'm at Margate this weekend and all over the coast, everywhere, and in town as well, loads of different places, and it's all about me in my head, because I'm a child at heart.
Well, you do say that. You feel like you're sort of like a 13-year-old kid.
Well, I think we all are. When I look at people, sometimes we're intimidated by people, and if I feel a bit intimidated, I imagine what they were like when they were 7, and then all the intimidated go, imagine what you were like, so you probably had hair and all your teeth, but you're still a bit of a div, you know, and I can cope with it then.
It calms you down, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
But for this tour as well, you've said that there's lots of silly things in there, new silly things. So what kind of stuff can the audience look forward to? Because they do take part, don't they?
Oh, there's a lot of audience participation, yeah. They have to guess what's inside my sandwich is one of them. They do. I've got a sandwich. It sounds ridiculous. Do you know why? Because it is. And they have to guess...
What, you mean like chicken?
Yeah, I've got a song. It goes, can you guess, oh, can you guess what's inside my sandwich? I sing a little song about what's in my sandwich, and they have to guess, and if they get it wrong, then they don't win a sandwich. If they get it right, they actually win a sandwich.
I was going to say they can...
What could you watch? Like West End, you don't get that in Les Mis, do you? They don't come out sort of 48 people singing what's in the sandwich. You don't get that, love.
You don't get a sandwich?
You don't get a sandwich on that. You do with me. Yeah.
Do you still feel the nerves when you get up on stage doing it, though?
Petrified. Once again, it's that same feeling of breaking that barrier of that nervous. It's like getting on the world's best roller coaster. I love roller coasters. It's that scary. And once you go over that edge of the roller coaster, and then you're going down the hill, there's nothing to do. You can't get off. You're going to say, "Can I get off there, please?" It's the same when you're going on stage for me. Just for that minute before you step out off the wings into the lights, and you're doing it. Then, okay, what happens now?
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, well, as you say now, The Devil in Disguise, it's the 5th of August, yes, at Margate Theatre. Yeah. And then, as you say, you're all over the place after that, aren't you? OK, it's so great to see you.
It's lovely to see you. Thanks for having me, Pasquale.